over the last few months, our daily lives have changed drastically. The shelter-in-place order has kept us staying at home most of the time, and we are ordered not to go out unless we have to. We social distance, we wear masks, and we sanitize everything that we touched. We order takeout food and have groceries delivered to our homes. All of these safety measures are supposed to protect us from catching the COVID-19, or if we do catch it, supposed to lessen the severity of the viral infection. Hi, I'm Andy.
And I am Minna.
Co-founders of the Foco Academy, nutrition specialists and success coaches. We focus on teaching Jack Canfield's success principles and applying the principles to the 3 areas of life that money can't buy, which is health, time, and love relationships.
So it's been 6 months since the COVID pandemic, and for most of us, our lives have changed drastically. But has your life changed for the better or for the worse? Before the SIP order, many of us may have dreamt of the day where you can stay home all day, you don't have to fight the traffic to and from work, and that you can work at home at your own time. So, if that's your dream, then your dream has come true. You are now working from home, you no longer have to fight the traffic, and you get to spend more time with your family. So, how's that working out for you? Is your new life, your new normal, everything that you have imagined? Or do you find yourself more annoyed and angrier than ever, having to juggle your work, childcare, cooking, cleaning, on top of everything else? Do you find yourself getting stressed up and upset over the smallest things? Maybe even feeling depressed and angry over the whole pandemic situation? The thing is, some people actually turned their life around during the pandemic, and they're now happier and healthier than ever. But for many others, that's just not the case. Are you finding yourself getting annoyed all the time, feeling unproductive, sad, scared, and afraid? You find yourself constantly in fear or having a lot of doubts in yourself? Do you feel like you're stuck at home and too afraid to go out? Are you feeling exhausted, tired all the time? Do you have problems sleeping? If that's you, then you really need to stay with us and listen to this. All we ask is that you keep an open mind and really think about what we're telling you. If you're feeling depressed, scared, annoyed, and constantly doubting yourself, then there are 3 things that you must stop doing right now. These 3 things are hurting your immune system. And if you think, well, that's not you, if you think your immune system is fine, then definitely stay with us. Your immune system isn't just about you not catching a cold. It has widespread effect, and it doesn't just affect your health. It affects your whole life. And when you're stuck at home and you're not going out, you may think that you're protecting your immune system, but the opposite is actually true. You are compromising your immune system.
The first thing that is hurting your immune system is the fact that you are staying at home all the time. And here's the 3 reasons why. The first one is stress. I'm sure that you can feel your stress level elevated over the last few months, right? The news puts a lot of fear to the public and got us all worried about our health. Many people have lost their jobs and have to worry about their finances also. For many couples, their relationships have also taken a toll too. They are fighting constantly, they're arguing all the time, and they just don't get along with each other. The financial worries, the health threats, and the relationship woes are all stressors in our life. And stress is the silent killer for many people, even if they don't know that they're being stressed out. Stress can lead to depression, it can give you sleepless nights, and physically, stress drives inflammation into your cells and into your brain, which can lead to chronic diseases. And stress also, guess what? It lowers your immune system, making you more susceptible to viral infections. Number 2, toxic environment. According to the EPA, the air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more toxic than the air outside, except probably right now. But in any case, It can be up to 100 times more toxic, especially if you're constantly cleaning everything inside your home with strong toxic specific cleaners. You and your spouse, your children, your pets are all breathing these toxic fumes 24/7. Our lungs are designed to breathe in oxygen and not toxic fumes, right? Breathing in these fumes can damage our lungs in the long term and make them more susceptible to infections from viruses such as the COVID-19. And number 3, staying inside your home, you're gonna have lack of movement. With so many things to juggle around at home, who has the time to exercise? And even if you had time inside your home for exercise, where do you do it? How do you do it? And what equipment do you do it with? Not only does a lack of exercise slows down your metabolism, gaining unwanted weight, but of course it lowers your immune system too. So the first thing you have to stop doing is staying inside your home all the time. Get out of your house once in a while. Go out, get some sun. And of course, breathe in the fresh air. You also need some alone time to reset your mind. So go out to your local park, take in the beauty of nature. Breathe in the fresh air to recharge your lungs and your cells with oxygen and get your exercise. You can take a quick jog outside or take a brisk walk, which will boost your cardiorespiratory health. You can read about how cardiorespiratory health is so beneficial in an earlier blog. And of course, the added benefit of going outdoors is vitamin D. Vitamin D boosts your immune system and has all sorts of important benefits. For more on vitamin D, it's so important that you protect yourself, how it can protect you from the coronavirus. Check it also on about the importance of vitamin D on our blog.
Okay, so that's first thing that you need to do is to boost your immune system is to get out of the house and go get some fresh air. It sounds counterintuitive, and yet it makes sense. We're not saying go crazy partying or anything like that, but just take a light walk outside is good for your body, and it also helps you declutter your mind. Now the next thing that you need to stop doing if you want to build up your immune system is this. And it is also counterintuitive. We've seen people stocking up on bleach and Clorox and all sorts of crazy strong chemical cleaners. We're told that the virus can live on surfaces. So not only are we cleaning everything, we're actually over-sanitizing. We are over-sanitizing our cars, our homes, delivery boxes, our groceries, our grocery bags, even our clothes. We're washing our hands 1,000 times a day. And if you follow the guidelines and use the so-called COVID cleaners, not only are you cleaning the virus, which you may or may not have, but you're definitely also killing good bacteria. Those cleaners literally kill everything, the good and the bad. And while it is generally considered a good thing to kill the virus, it is really bad for your immune system if you don't have any good bacteria. And hey, I hate cleaning the house, so I'm happy to just let my bacteria stay where it is. If you love cleaning houses, I would love for you to come over and clean my house. And I would provide you with cleaners that we make ourselves, that we know is environmental friendly, it's not toxic to our bodies. Over-sanitizing and cleaning everything is damaging our immune system, lowering a protective innate system our body uses to protect ourselves. So here are 3 ways that over-sanitizing with COVID-specific cleaners is hurting our immune system. Here's why. Number 1, you are trapped in a toxic box. The toxicity of the cleaners actually stays inside your homes, and since you're pretty much home all day long, we're essentially creating and living inside a toxic box. We're breathing in poison, and as we work, as we play with our kids and our pets, and even when we are sleeping, we're still breathing in the toxic fumes. And if you're cleaning your car the same way, well, your car has probably about 50 to 80 square feet of space inside the car. So you're breathing a much higher concentration of deadly toxins while you're inside your car. You're literally damaging your lungs and immune system with every breath you take inside your home and inside your car.
And number 2, you are killing the good bacteria on your skin and inside your body. When we over-sanitize our homes, our groceries, and clothes, we are not only putting toxins in the air that we breathe, we're also killing bacteria on our skin and inside our bodies. Not all bacteria are bad. Bacteria on our skin is our first line of defense for infection. When we overwash our hands, we're drying out our skin, which allows bad bacteria to enter our bodies. The chapped skin also allows more of the deadly chemicals through our skin into our bodies. Now, our body has trillions of bacteria, and most of the bacteria is located in our microbiome, inside our gut. This bacteria in our microbiome is very important because 70% of our immune system starts in the gut. And when we're killing all bacteria, including those in the microbiome inside our gut, we are literally tearing apart our immune system, making us more susceptible to catch any and all types of diseases and viruses. Living in a world that is over-sanitized and devoid of all viruses and bacteria puts our bodies at risk. It creates superbugs that are more deadly and lowers our body's innate intelligence to even incorporate these viruses into our bodies, to cut them down, to neutralize them, and in some cases use them to strengthen our bodies in the long run. Did you know that at any one time, the number of viruses in the air is 10 to the 31st power? This includes all the different strains of the coronavirus right now, and is 10 million times the number of stars in the universe. That's a lot of stars, right? There's a similar number of viruses in the ocean and the same number in the soil. So we are literally surrounded by viruses, and if viruses kills us, well, humankind would have been wiped out a long time ago, right? When our bodies are working properly, our genes have the ability to limit and kill viruses in our bodies to keep them in balance and to control for our bodies to fight them off. That is assuming our bodies get all the essential amino acids it needs from the foods to make the proteins that make up these genes. What I'm saying is that viruses are crucial to life on the planet, and they have a host of beneficial mechanisms to our bodies. So we really need to stop using these highly toxic chemical cleaners and stop over-sanitizing. The toxic chemicals can weaken our lung function, our immune system, it messes over genes, and it possibly makes us more susceptible to superbugs in the future. And instead, use safe organic cleaners that you can buy or even make your own. If soap and water can work on your hands, then I'm sure it can work on your kitchen counters too.
Alright, I don't like being stuck at home, and I really don't like to clean, so I am really digging the first 2 points that we're talking about here, and it actually makes sense. The last thing that we recommend that you stop doing, not only does it apply to these crazy COVID times, it actually applies to you all your life. And that is to stop eating inflammatory foods. Well, what the heck does that mean? It's not like I can eat a burger from a fast food restaurant and I immediately get a fever. No, it's not like that. But foods can either be inflammatory or anti-inflammatory. When you go out and shop for groceries, or when you order takeout or food delivery, do you think about whether that food is causing more inflammation in your body, which lowers your immune system? Probably not. When you shop for groceries or ordering out, you're probably just thinking about what you feel like eating and how they taste like. So, to ask you to think about whether an apple is inflammatory or anti-inflammatory may not be so intuitive for you. But let's start with these 3 common simple mistakes you do when you go grocery shopping. First, let's get down to the basics. You are using the wrong cooking oil. And there's a good chance that if you order takeout, then the oil that is used causes inflammation in your body. If you cook at home, then it's easier to distinguish between good fats and bad fats. Good fats, such as coconut oil and avocado oil, can actually heal your body and help your body become more metabolically efficient. Bad oils, such as canola oil, vegetable oils, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and safflower oils, these are most commonly used in restaurants because they are cost-effective. They handle high heat and because they are tasteless. But these highly processed oils actually cause inflammation inside the body because they're created with high heat through harsh chemicals, solvents, and then bleach and deodorize, which makes them flavorless and odorless. So when you're cooking at home, go with coconut oil, avocado oil, or olive oil. Choose organic, cold pressed with minimum processing. I also like to use organic grass-fed butter or ghee because they have so much flavor.
Butter. Now that we talked about oils, let's switch over to sugars. And while you may think that you're not eating any desserts, you're still eating sugars. Processed carbohydrates are the same as sugars. So bread, pasta, rice, they're all sugars. And that's not all. Many of the starchy vegetables and almost all fruits have high levels of glucose. That's right, that means sugar. Proteins, if the proteins that you eat are not being used up to build muscles in your body, the leftover proteins are also broken down into glucose, which is sugars. So if you eat more protein than you need, you're essentially eating sugar. Wow, that's a lot of sugar. And I'm not sure you know this, but your body stores excess glucose inside your fat cells, making you overweight, and of course it lowers your immune system. So, what can you eat? We're not telling you to stop eating altogether, of course. Although that's actually not a bad idea to stop eating for a few days. That's a topic for another day. But really try to stop eating inflammatory foods and go with something that is anti-inflammatory for your body. Now, it took us over 7 years to really figure out what to eat and what not to eat. And we are here to help you also, but it's a journey that you need to take the first step. What got us started is that in our late 30s, I had IBS, I had massive joint pains, I had headaches, and to be honest, I was generally pretty miserable to be around with. Just eating more veggies and fruits and less carbs, to be honest, it didn't really help much at all, and it really did not relieve any of my symptoms. We then started on supplementation, and we experimented with many different ones to know which ones worked and which ones don't work. It is really the combination of eating the right foods and supplementation, staying active and improving the quality of sleep that our lives started to turn around. We knew we were on the right track when both of us actually starting to feel healthier and both of us start to look younger, which is awesome, right? So in a nutshell, stop eating inflammatory foods and start feeding your body with organic fruits and vegetables. Grass-fed meats, wild-caught fish. Stay away from meats with growth hormones and antibiotics, and stay away from produce that are sprayed with pesticides such as glyphosate. Glyphosate, it disrupts a particular pathway that helps produce essential amino acids that our bodies really need. This pathway is called the shikimate pathway, and it blocks the production of phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan, essential amino acids our bodies cannot make on their own and must get from our foods. This is crucial because these amino acids help make up our hormones and many proteins, especially the proteins that create the genes that regulate and keep viruses in our bodies in balance. So if you don't have these amino acids in our bodies, we get sick very easily. So to summarize, go out and get some fresh air. Stop cleaning with toxic cleaners and eat clean foods. Just by doing these 3 things, you will notice that your body grows stronger and you're resilient to sicknesses and infections. And you feel healthier, you'll look younger, and you'll be happier. So until next time, love what you live and live what you love.